What's up, peeps? This is the Wigman, aka the Magician, aka Floppy Ears, aka Notorious WIG. And today, I want to talk to you about breaking the cycle of Groundhog's Day by telling ourselves the truth. So, for me, my story is difficult to face in this area, but it's necessary for me to share if I'm going to hold myself accountable and break out of the cycle of repeating self-sabotaging behaviors in the future. So, back in November of this year, I had 2 manic bipolar episodes in the span of 3 days, and it landed me in the ER. And what was new about this series of episodes was they weren't induced by marijuana, which for me in the past was the trigger that generally made me behave manic and psychotic. And coming down from that experience, I had to face the reality that something was genuinely wrong about me. Not wrong as in bad, but wrong as in out of alignment. And the best way to compartmentalize that is to say that I have a mental illness. And it took me 6 years to honor this reality and face it and tell myself the truth that I need to treat it appropriately. I need to address it head on, and I need to seek help for it, because for the past 6 years, since my mom passed away by complications of undiagnosed bipolar disorder, I've been trying to manage this on my own. And if I look back on all the moments in time where I made very poor decisions or acted out of character, I would have to admit to myself that it was a symptom of this illness. And that if I was going to move forward in a healthy way with a stable foundation and a life that I could be proud of, I would legitimately have to change my behavior. I would have to change how I think about my future and how I think about my daily practice and how I operate in the world, and whether or not I ask for help, because I was too prideful up until this last series of episodes. And I wish it wasn't this way. I wish I didn't have to go through this and step into this space of uncomfortability. Now, I didn't have to do it over a video, but for me, what's more important than anything is to be the best example I can to inspire others as a coach. And the imperfect aspects of my life are part of the game that I have to be willing to speak to. And for anyone who is struggling to own some issue that perpetuates itself in their life, or some self-sabotaging tendencies or impulses that keep undermining their forward progress, what's so interesting is that there's legitimate help out there for you. The world itself is in a constant state of struggle, and the reason many people are still alive, is because they have a purpose in being of service to others. They need to wake up in the morning and help people who are, like you, struggling. And they will help you. And that's the paradox of this internal struggle for me, and for many, I'm sure, is we think that in order to help ourselves, we have to do it on our own. And yet, once we get out of our own way and we let down our prideful behavior and accept the fact that we can't do things on our own, when we reach out for help, it shows up. And it's not easy, and even the help itself isn't perfect, but it's better than isolating and trying to prove or signal to others that we've got our shit together when it's just not the case. And that's been the case for me. That's been the narrative. And now, speaking in these videos about this kind of issue is essential for me to break this cycle of repeated self-sabotaging behavior, because I'm sick and tired of rebuilding my life. I had a beautiful life for 6 months leading up to this, and yet there were some very deep-seated problems about me that I wasn't facing, that only a new episode could force me to have to face. So I just share this because I hope that it in some way inspires you, if you are avoiding some aspect of your life, to seek help from others to help you navigate through it, because we can't see these issues clearly on our own. And there are professionals out there who legitimately are interested in seeing you win and help you make progress. Just like me. That's why I chose to become a coach. My passion is to see other people win. I enjoy that feeling of camaraderie and teamwork and forward progress, and being able to facilitate smiles on people's faces because they make new connections in their mind about what's possible and have more clarity about what they can do to move forward. So if anything in this video resonates for you and you think I can help, I invite you to reach out directly to me. I'm happy to jump on a discovery call to see if we can work together. But whether or not it's me, there's free services out there. There's hotlines, there's apps like Vent or 7 Cups, where you can share what you're struggling through. There's AA, which is successful, and on. And it's important that if you haven't explored these ideas or possibilities or communities and you are struggling, that you help yourself by asking for help, by reaching out for help, because that's what is going to help you move forward, is getting out of your own way. Nothing else will, ironically. And there's 8 billion people on this planet, and we're all interdependent and relying on each other for something. So to think that you can be an island unto yourself is arrogant and foolish and won't serve you in the long term and won't make you ultimately happy and fulfilled, because it gives people meaning and purpose and reason for living when they're able to help you. So give them the gift of enabling you to help yourself, and it will serve you greatly and bring you more joy and happiness in your life and lift you up out of your suffering. Much love.